SecondComing.org. Subscribe now.
The Everlasting Gospel, God's Redemptive Love, Part 3. Love is not merely one of God's attributes. It is the essence of His nature. God is love. 1 John 4, 8 and 16. It is the basis of our salvation. Without God as love, there is no gospel, no good news. God's love does not coerce, but allows us to go when we deliberately choose our own way, Romans 1, 24, 26, and 28. We must understand everything about God, even His law and His wrath, in the context of His love. Matthew 22, 36 through 40, Romans 1, 18 through 32. The basis of our salvation is found in God's nature of love. John 3:16, Ephesians 2, 4 through 7, Titus 3, 3 through 5. The greatest stumbling block we have to understanding God's love is our own human love. We make the mistake of projecting human ideals of love on God. When we reduce God's love to a human level, we misrepresent Him and distort the gospel of His saving grace in Christ. The New Testament writers had 4 Greek words to choose from when describing divine and human love. Number 1, storge, family love or love for the next of kin. Number 2, philos, brotherly, affectionate love between two people. Number 3, eros, love between two sexes. Number 4, agape, pure love, untainted by any selfish motive whatsoever. Augustine combined the concept of agape and eros and produced a synthesis called caritas, or charity. Caritas became the key definition of divine and Christian love in Roman Catholic theology. The gospel became perverted from not I but Christ to I plus Christ. The New Testament uses the Greek word agape to describe God's love. God's agape love differs from human love in at least 3 ways. Number 1, human love is conditional. God's love is unconditional. It flows from Him independently of our goodness or self-worth. Acts 15:11, Ephesians 1:7, chapter 2, verses 8 and 9, and Titus 1:14. Number 2, human love is changeable. God's love is unchangeable. His love never fails. Jeremiah 31:3, Romans 8:35-39, and 1 Corinthians 13:8. Number 3, human love is seeking. God's love is self-sacrificing. Philippians 2:6 through 8. The supreme manifestation of God's unconditional, unchanging, self-sacrificing love was demonstrated when Christ died the second death on the cross for all humanity. Romans 5:8, Hebrews 2:9. There are 3 concepts of love that have given rise to 3 concepts of the gospel. Number 1, salvation by works. This gospel is based on self-love. For example, human beings must save themselves by pleasing God through good works. This is legalism, and it is the basis of all non-Christian religions. Number 2, salvation by faith plus works. This gospel is based on a combination of self-love and self-sacrificing love. For example, we must first show by our good works that we want to be saved. Then God will meet us halfway and save us. The gospel of faith plus works is at the heart of Roman Catholic theology. It is a subtle form of legalism. Number 3, salvation by grace alone. This gospel is based on self-sacrificing love, or agape love. That is, while we were helpless, ungodly sinners, God demonstrated his love for us through the death of Jesus Christ, and that death fully reconciled us to him. This is the clear teaching of the New Testament, John 3:16, Romans 5:6-10, Ephesians 2:1-6, and 1 Timothy 1:15. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, John 3:6. Jesus states that our human nature of itself cannot produce anything that God considers good or meritorious, Romans 7:18. Everything we do, in and of ourselves, is polluted with self-love. This is devastating to the human ego and makes it hard to face ourselves, much less God. The only permanent solution is a clear understanding of God's unconditional love and his saving grace in Jesus Christ. Coming up next, the everlasting gospel, the gospel defined, part 4. Please join us at www.SecondComing.org and YouTube, SecondComing.org.